He's ready when you are. He must be exhausted. Here we go. Pitchside here with the match winner Hakim Ziyech, Hakim FA Cup finalist. How does that sound?
Sounds good, I guess. Yeah, sounds good. And I think it's deserved because we didn't give a lot of chances away, and you know we attacked on the good moments and we scored on the good moments.
Defensively, it was almost the perfect display from front to back today, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think on the end it was a little bit like everybody was nervous, but you know, during the game I think we had it good under control, and you know, there was not really big danger from City, and yeah, like I said, we scored the goal on the good moment.
You certainly talk us through the goal, because the combination with Timo and yourself, we could see it working throughout the afternoon today.
Yeah, you know, I always know he likes to run in the spaces, and for me it's just running with him, and you know, he delivers a good ball, and for me it was easy to put the ball in the goal, and I think was a good goal.
You seem to dominate possession again today. There's such calmness when you guys have the ball at the moment.
Yeah. No, I think we were really comfortable on the ball, especially in the first half. Second half was a little bit difficult because, you know, they attacked more, but you know, on the last line I think we stand good and you know, take the ball good from them and use the space that we get from them, and you know, and yeah, it was all good then, I guess.
A quick word on Jorginho and N'Golo Kante in the middle. How important were they? Because most things seem to go through them today.
Yeah, I think especially those two. If you see how many lines they close and interrupting the balls, is for attackers like Timo and me, I think it's great to have them behind us.
We're about to speak to the boss. I'm going to tell him that he's the first German to manage an English team in an FA Cup final. That's not bad, is it?
That's good, eh?
How much are you looking forward to coming back here again next month for the final?
Think everybody's looking for it, and you know, that's the game who's deciding who's get the trophy, and I think everybody's hungry to get this trophy.
Good man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Will you come to us live? Thomas, huge congratulations. What does it mean to reach the FA Cup final?
Oh, I'm very proud of the team, of the players, of the performance. We played so brave, played with a lot of courage, and we were so active and adapted to all the situations so good. So we knew we had a chance if we play highest level, and we played highest level. If you do this in the moment where you have to do it, it's a huge boost for us, and a well-deserved win. So I'm happy and very proud for the performance of the guys.
We were speaking to Hakim Ziyech about how calm they looked in possession today, dominating the ball once again.
Yeah, it was the key, because it's very hard to hurt City with counterattacks, because they are so good in counter-pressing, and they have so much intensity when they lose the ball. So very, very difficult to hurt them with counterattacks, but you can hurt them in possession, in their half. So we did this for 35 minutes in the first half and for half an hour in the second half. At the end of each half we suffered. First half we suffered because of some easy ball losses. Second half because we didn't score the second one, which was possible. So they took a lot of risk, and okay, we were dropping deeper and deeper. But altogether it was very important that we play calm, that we play with confidence, and that we have an amount of quality ball possession in their half to hurt them and open up spaces.
So many big performances, but how important were the two in midfield today?
Yeah, they're so good, and I'm so sad that we don't have Kova in the moment, because all three of them are such a good mix, and cannot be happier with all three of them.
A fourth FA Cup final for this club in just 5 years. It's an incredible record, isn't
really?
it? Yeah.
So it's nothing special. I strongly believe that some clubs have this, and have this aura and this energy to be in finals, and Chelsea obviously has it, so makes things easier. I cannot explain it. No, it does not make it easier, but it's like this. If you are in a club that's regularly in finals, you feel it, and I don't know if this sharpens a certain mentality or is the other way around, that first is the mentality and brings you to the finals. I don't know, but you can feel that Chelsea is used to play finals, that in the mentality towards games and in the spirit around at Cobham and in the whole club, which is good, which I wanted and I liked a lot, because in the end it's about this, no? To win games and to compete on this level was fun today.
One more stat for you. I don't know if you know this. You're the first German manager to reach an FA Cup final as well.
Oh, really? Is that? Oh, wow. That is
No
amazing. That is amazing. It's amazing. And honestly, I feel very proud for my team. And but also for me, I was very excited to come here for the first time. I mean, it's Wembley. It's a very special place in world football. And to be at the sideline and be there with the team, to win a semi-final, to reach finals, very, very special. I'm a bit sad that there were no spectators, but it's a special moment, and it's a good evening today to enjoy.
Brilliant. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, boss.
So Chelsea it is that will play in the FA Cup final against either Southampton or Leicester City. They will play tomorrow, that game live with us here on beIN Sports. Just a one goal today. But it was enough, Nigel, wasn't it?
This guy, look at that smirk on his face.
I know.
It's just, oh my God, how I wish City was winning today. But anyway, you know, as a City fan, you know, and a City faithful, I have to admit that Chelsea was by far the better team today, and they deserved the win today. Especially how City played the first 45 minutes, lack of passion, lack of energy. There was no synchronization, especially up front with the front three, and Chelsea had by far the better chances. And this happened, you know, just straight after the first half. It was a complete surprise for me what the goalkeeper was doing, Stefan. I think he was in two minds. Either he was trying to chase the ball, you know, and put pressure on Werner, and in his other mind he was trying to go back to the goal line, and he was a little bit caught in between. But what he had to do here, Werner couldn't go anywhere because Diaz was still coming, and Mendy here had to do better, just tracking down Ziyech. And it resulted it resulted here in a goal for Chelsea.
Yeah, he ended up in no man's land, the goalkeeper. He was actually, stick or bust, he did neither. I mean, I'm certainly not going to sit here and say Ederson might have saved that, because that would be unfair to the lad, but it wasn't the best decision the goalkeeper's ever made in his life. But that was on, Richard Nige, that was on a few times. Werner had made that run maybe 4 or 5 times prior to that and hadn't been fed in. But this time, Mason Mount turned in midfield for one of the few times and went this side towards City, and 2 passes later Werner's in beyond him, and that almost worked. I mean, there was an early one when he was just offside in the first half, the goal was rightly disallowed, but that one they got the timings right, and City were always vulnerable in there behind the fullbacks, and they made them pay that time. It's a really nice goal.
He had to stretch, mind you, didn't he?
Yeah, he nearly played it behind him, and that would have been a nightmare.
It's great technique from Ziyech. Yeah, exactly. Great technique to convert that goal.
Well, if the keeper was at fault, then he, to some degree, made up for it. You can't when you've conceded like that, but this was a good save, and the game's gone here if they score again, isn't it?
Yeah, the guy, you know, it was a great save, but once again, what Andy mentioned beforehand is just the spaces to be exploited behind City's defense. And I think Chelsea...
He could have had that trick, Ziyech, today.
Yeah, and the thing is here as well, of course, Diaz is here too late with the tackle, but it bounces on his left foot, and he decides to shoot the ball with his right foot. If you just take a touch and go around the keeper, he probably will score there. Here, just this touch right here, just dink it with your left instead of hitting with your right. And go around the goalkeeper and make it 2-0, and then it's game over. And I don't see City coming back in the game.
I thought as it bounced up, I thought it just might help it over him.
Yeah.
What do you think Mourinho has seen today that will give Spurs heart ahead of the Carabao Cup final?
Well, the fact that City is beatable. You know, I mean, and especially the way how they've been set up today. I think Guardiola is smart enough to not put this first 11 again in the Carabao Cup against Tottenham Hotspur, because even though the rotation always has to be in place in a squad like City because of the amount of games they play, I don't think Guardiola is going to stick with these kind of players against.
But he's also got
Tottenham.
in that following week first leg of a Champions League semi-final.
Yeah, but he's not going to, I don't think he's going to change 8 players again. He's going to use his best potential 11 players for that game. It's still a final.
Will be
at the end of the
interesting.
day.
I mean,
and we have to have a look
how
at
can he do
De
that though,
Bruyne as well.
Nigel, when the more important game for Manchester City is
Yeah.
three days later?
He always have his first 5-6 players go-to players. You know, his first 5-6 players that he always going to choose. Of course, we have to wait for the update on Kevin De Bruyne's injuries from today, but he always have his 5-6 players. And what I said as well, I'm really disappointed in the front three that she had to show them today, just to give them an opportunity to showcase themselves in Sterling, Jesus, and Torres. I mean, we haven't seen them anywhere near Chelsea's defense or in the final third. So I think that says a lot also for Guardiola to pick his players out.
but what I think as well, Nigel, you and I both know, we've played in teams. I think it's really difficult, Richard, to change 7 outfield players. Right? And I don't care if you know them, and I don't care if you train with them every week, and I don't care if you sometimes play and sometimes don't. But if you go into a game, you've got 7 different players in it. You're never going to be as good as your best.
But
team
how
was,
do you set up
right?
for a
now, what I'm
final?
saying, yeah, so this is the fascinating thing for me. They've got a midweek game against Aston Villa away Wednesday. I
Yeah,
think.
so that's
Okay.
We can't
So they
afford
play
to
there
make
on
too many
Wednesday.
more
So what's he
mistakes.
going to do there? Right? Who's he going to bring back? What's he going to do? Then he's got a cup final. Now the quadruple's
Champions League
gone.
after, yeah.
Does he say, right, I need to keep, look at their best players, I need to keep De Bruyne, I need to keep
Diaz.
Foden, I need
Diaz.
to keep Diaz fit, I need to keep, with
Yeah.
John Stones be regarded
Yeah,
as one,
yeah.
fit, I need to keep
Gundogan.
Gundogan fit
Ederson.
and fresh, I need to keep Mahrez. Right?
So they don't start in the Carabao Cup
I don't
final.
know. This is what I'm saying. And I might know him better than me. I don't know. But if you're asking me, is it just games? Then I would argue that it's not. Because when I looked at the games they've played this year, when I was doing some stuff this morning on City, right? John Stones, for instance, not played today. He started 25 games in total. That's league and cup time. 25. That's not going to kill a guy. It's not going to make a guy tired. I think the most that's ever played is OK Gundogan. 32 games he started. That's the most. So that's not too much. That's not a heavy weight load. You know, it's not. You know, that's normal. It's not even normal, is it? You can
No,
normally
no,
play more
especially
games
when
than
you're
that.
when you're
what
still
I'm
in
saying
full
is,
competition.
would he go in to the Carabao Cup final all guns blazing and risk losing someday for midweek? Would you?
Well, I think he does. It's still a final. It's a prize. And even though he can't win the quadruple anymore, you know, he always won that first trophy of the season. And the Carabao Cup is the quickest way to win a trophy. So I think he goes with his strongest possible 11. Of course, maybe with a twitch left and right, 2 or 3 players that will not start from that game. But I mean, he can't afford to lose out the final and then go straight into that semi-cup and in the semi-final first leg with the confidence shot of losing a final.
But do you not think they've lost the final today? I do.
Yeah, they lost the final today. I think
they've lost the final today.
And what you said was
I think today was the final. And
what
with the
you-
greatest respect to Brendan's team and Ralph Hasenhutl's teams, right? I think if I'm playing in that game today, I'm thinking, if we get through this in May, well, we've had a little bit of a rest after the season, maybe a week or something, or 10 days, where you can rest and you know where you are. And if you're in the top 4, you can drop out for the last game and not play it, get yourself refreshed, right? You're thinking, we can win that. A great chance of winning it.
Yeah.
And I think City must have felt the same. So they've picked a team and lost first part of the quadruple, the final, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, I'm fascinated to see who's going to do it at the weekend. Really am.
Something about this Chelsea team, I keep saying it, that says to me that there's definitely 1 trophy now for them this season, and maybe 2, because Manchester City would not want to play them in a Champions League final after that.
No, but you got to take them serious now. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're in the final of the FA Cup. They're in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Yes.
Everybody always, I was a little bit always like, you know, joking around and thinking about Chelsea will never get that far. But now we're in the season ending, you know, the final stage of the season. So if you look at Chelsea and what Tuchel's doing with his team, you have to take them serious. And of course they're playing against Madrid, you know, the favourites in this Champions League, knowing for the last decade. But that doesn't mean they have a chance. And they're not the favourites in this game. And of course also playing the final. Whoever is going to play against, you know, the semi-final outcome. But Chelsea, you got to take Chelsea serious. So I'm not seeing City going through and wanted to play against either of them, Chelsea or Madrid. But you have to win from
Now,
everybody.
you see, if I was to ask you, right, when Mourinho was winning everything with Chelsea and things like that, we used to say, didn't he, he had 8, 9 go-to players that he picked every week, and he only rotated 2 or 3. When Fergie was winning things at Man United, he had about 8 players you could do. You know, you must have had roughly the same when you were winning the title at Man City. Could you name 8 definite Manchester City starters if the Champions League final was next week?
I think so, and we showed that today. I think so. I think if you see Edison, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Gundogan.
Left back, you don't know.
Gundogan. Yeah, it's either Zinchenko, Cancelo, or Mendy. So that's good. Kevin De Bruyne, 7, and Foden, 8. So that's 8, and the rest of the position, 3 positions, you can just fill in. But what you said before was interesting. We all played football. These players who play today, they know in the back of their mind the second choice. Even though at the moment, and you can tell that as well on the pitch. We all know that when you have a situation and you're not really a starter anymore, you have to come up in a big game.
Which
and you
players?
have to perform.
Which players?
Sterling, Sterling,
Ferran Torres,
Jesus, Torres. Fernandinho, Laporte.
Who would have thought Laporte after last year when everyone said you lost because he was missing?
Yeah,
he was a big miss. He can't get in the team now, proper team.
And it's largely because of Diaz and Stones. Having a great partner in Stones, making Stones his number 1 partner. But just to say, all these players that play today, the guys who are coming in this team and try to win this semi-final. You could tell that today. There was no energy. There was like a kind of nerves, knowing like if I don't perform today, I might lose my place definitely. So I'm not in the contention even to start for the next game or the next Champions League semi-final or the Carabao Cup. So you can tell that as well. And there's always a little bit of a mixture when you rotate these kind of players. And I've seen it as well with Mancini in my time because we had a great squad. And sometimes the rotation made
what are you saying
feel a certain way.
Are you saying half the squad at City don't care?
No. Look,
don't put words in his mouth.
He's naughty.
He's naughty.
Now you go too far. Now you go too far.
He's naughty.
We still got a terrific squad. We're still in the Champions League. We're still in the Carabao Cup, and we're still in for the Premier League.
I'm not sure he's that bothered next week. That would be my view. I think there's only one trophy he wants this season, and that is the Champions League. And I don't think everything else is a distraction. I looked at his face there. Didn't see him that bothered.
No. Oh, he's bothered. He's bothered. He wants to at least listen. If you lose, you lose. But if you lose like today, I think he's bothered about how he lost today, not about if he lost against Chelsea, because you know Chelsea is a great team. But the effort that he put in, the effort that the players put in today, I think that's more disappointing for him to see him losing in a way that he did. But I mean, of course, if he can win a quadruple, you don't think that's playing in the back of his mind? Of course, he's saying to everybody and plays it down. No, we're not. It's impossible whatsoever.
I don't think it is. I think he's saying, look, we'll keep winning games. There's a momentum about it. We'll take it all as far as we can in every competition. But you sat him down now and said, what do you want to take from this season? Only 1 trophy matters to him. After a £1.4 billion spend since he was last in the final in 2011, and he's had 3 goes at it with Bayern Munich and a few with City now. There's only 1 trophy that Guardiola wants to share.
We all know, every City fan for City fan out there, they do exactly the same thing and always thinking about the one thing, and that's the Champions League, especially how the last couple of years is. But the ego that he has, he wants to win it all. And of course, the display that they showed today, his team was not good enough. And you got to give credit to Chelsea.
The problem he's got as well, compounded, is that some of them. I mean, he'd said in midweek, "I've got to pick this team because the others, I can't get in my team." Right? And I named a few of them. But the ones who came in today, I'm not sitting here today and thinking, "Wow, he's got a problem now next week." Ferran Torres has been brilliant today and give him an answer. Raheem Sterling looked back to his best today. No. Gabriel Jesus was terrific in midfield. No. Fernandinho's 35. I'm sorry. Great player that he's been. You know, time is catching up with him. No, that is not going to work. Mendy at left back, I'm unsure about. So there are 4 or 5 in there, Richard, that got the opportunity in the semi-final to say to their gaffer, I'm ready again. I'm back. And I don't think any of them took that opportunity.
So, well done, Chelsea.